Alrighty, so unfortunately, this is the next day. What? Reese, why didn't you do any video entry of the sites that you saw and around the new job that you were? Well, because I was working. I guess sometimes I have to realize that my dream of what I want to happen in the future might not be as accurate as reality. Because after I got off of work by 8, I was exhausted. I had a 30-minute break and I was going to get lunch and probably do that. But I realized that the area that the Walgreens that I was working at was really close to a very busy street. And I couldn't actually get to the food attractions that I had thought I would be able to eat to before. And that's when I was going to be able to make that next entry and get that out of the way. But didn't work out like that. So I'm still going to make this entry for that day, which was yesterday. Oh my gosh, it's in my hair. But I'm just going to talk about what happened that day, which I kind of already did in a bit of a just. But maybe I can explain some other things. It was a good day. I was able to meet some new colleagues, I would say. Everybody was nice. I fit in well. Now, I honestly think I need to put a point out to this. How do I explain this? As the only black man that I saw working at that store, I have realized that I still fit in well, which is something or a nuance in my reality that I know that people or black men of a darker tone do not have. So I always have to keep that in mind when I do my videos, because I want to make sure that the perspective is truly envisioned and why I may be able to transfer to the Walgreens where I am the only black man that worked there. But as I said, everything did go very well. I haven't really touched on to it, but as you can see, I am a very multicultural person with a very multicultural family and a multicultural background. And that does cause a lot of cognitive dysfunction, but it also causes a lot of relating. I am able to relate to people in different cultures because I was exposed to those cultures and am that ethnicity in a sense. So I keep that in mind, and I want my viewers and my lovelies to keep that in mind when I talk about my experiences. That doesn't mean racism doesn't happen. It actually does happen. Trust. And because I'm so feminine, feminine, that doesn't mean homophobia doesn't happen. But on that side of the negative in my reality, that doesn't mean that there is some, I'd say, privilege that happens on the other side of my reality for being so multiracial. So, keeping that in mind, I do say that I overall had a really good experience at this Walgreens and am happy to have met all the people that I was able to meet. Everybody treated me well. And I did have some altercations that were a bit, I would say, try to be intimidating, but I honestly think that that relies a lot on my feminine side of me that unfortunately a lot of people would like to change, but I don't like changing, nor do I feel like I can at this certain point in time. People don't realize how much I have changed just for them to realize that I'm still feminine at the end. And, you know, I used to be much more flamboyant, but they can't take everything, okay? I'm still me. I'm still Reese LeB.A.P. Okay? So, like I said, pretty good day. I met a lot of people. I don't want to say their names because I don't know if they are really, I like to ask permission before I put people into these vlogs. That's what people will call them. Or my time capsule. And, what else happened? I was picked up by my husband by 8. We ate at Burger King because the Impossible Whopper is the bomb. And, who doesn't love, a nice burger after a hard day of work? And I was able to chill with him for the last 2 hours of his shift. And it really did help end off the day well, because like I said, I get in people who would like to intimidate me. So that's why on the other half, all my colleagues treated me well. That doesn't mean that there aren't customers who walk in and notice they don't like something about me still, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's kind of like an extreme on both worlds. And I just don't know, no matter the ethnicity, gender, age, race, who's going to walk in the door and not like me or not. I sometimes think, oh, this woman of color is going to be very kind to me, and they disapprove of my personality, or they disapprove of how I look, or they disapprove of, you just don't know. I don't know, really. Not you, because it's my life. But that is something that is why I am not only used to, but expect surprises. Because my life is full of surprises every time I meet someone. Somebody can walk up to me and fall in love with me at first sight, or hate me at first sight, So I'm just happy that the day went, I would say, fairly well. I did have expressions of anxiety, but I also had expressions of approval. So I can't say the day wasn't bad. And that was that day. Peace.